let's say towards
Fine. Good morning, everyone. So today we'll start with geography. So you have studied geography in your class 6th, class 7 to class 10th. What you have studied, what do you understand by this term, geography? Anyone? What do you understand by this term? What is geography means? A study of Earth. Fine. Anyone else? What do you understand by this term, geography? What do you study in geography? Not remembering anything right now regarding geography. Huh? You study about land, atmosphere, any other thing? Environment, interior of Earth. Agriculture. Okay. Fine. Any other thing? No. Drainage system. Fine. So basically, the geo means what? Geo means Earth only, and study of is called as a geography. Whatever is on there, whatever is there on the Earth is called as a geography. Clear? What is environment? How it is different? You are saying we are studying about environment also, but if you look at your UPSC syllabus, there's a separate thing with regard to environment. Separate topics are mentioned with regard to environment. So what is the difference between geography and environment? What difference you are finding? Like in UPSC, if you have gone through the syllabus, you'll find history, you'll find geography, you'll find polity, economics, environment, science and technology. You'll find all these subjects. So you'll also find environment as a separate topic. So what is the difference that you find between geography and an environment?
geography is something we study all together.
Okay.
When it comes to environment, is something we study only about particularly about environment species, their biodiversity. These things we study in environment part.
Fine. One more thing you have to keep in mind when you are talking about environment, you are talking related to species. Let's say an individual animals. Let's say frog. What is the environment in which frog is living? Clear? You are talking about species, polar bear. You are talking about elephant, tiger. So when you are talking about environment, you are talking about something with regard to animals, something with regard to species. But when we are talking about geography, we are more talking about humans. So study of Earth with respect to humans is what we call as what? Is what we call as a geography. Clear? So in this way, geography is something that is different from environment. Clear? In environment, you will be studying about what? In environment, you will be studying about forest. You'll study about national park, wildlife sanctuaries. Clear? So you're studying about these particular thing, and these particular thing also is on Earth only, study of Earth only. But in study of Earth with respect to humans is what we call as a geography. Clear? So this basic concept you have to keep in mind. What is the difference between geography and environment? So in geography also we study about environment, but this environment is more focused on what? Human environment. Environment with respect to humans. Clear? So this environment is more focusing on human aspect. Clear? Any doubt regarding this particular part? So So when you look your syllabus, if you go through the syllabus of geography, what is mentioned, very pointed syllabus are given by the UPSC. You'll find very pointed syllabus given by UPSC, both for prelims and mains examination. You'll find pointed syllabus both for prelims as well as mains examination. Clear? Now, if you find this, now this is prelim syllabus that is mentioned, and if you look at the syllabus, only this much is mentioned: Indian and world geography, physical, social, economic geography of India and the world. Clear? So this is okay. What prelim syllabus is something that is mentioned. So you have GS1 syllabus, GS1 prelim syllabus. So this part is okay. What dealing with the geography? A very pointed thing they have mentioned: physical geography, social, economic geography of both India as well as world. Clear? Now, if you look at main syllabus, just so if you look at main syllabus, what mentioned is salient features of world physical geography. Salient feature of world physical geography. Secondly, distribution of key natural resources across the world, including South Asia. What is South Asia basically? What is South Asia? India and neighboring countries. Yes. So what you see is, okay, when we are talking about South Asia, we are talking about this Pakistan, we are talking about Nepal, we are talking about Bhutan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Maldives. Clear? So these countries comes under what? These countries comes under South Asia. These countries comes under South Asia. So you have to study about natural resources present in South Asia. Clear? Secondly, and the Indian subcontinent, factor responsible for location of primary, secondary and tertiary sector. Now, what is primary sector first? Primary, secondary and tertiary sector industries. What do you understand by this term? Primary sector. Agriculture sector. Any other thing? How do you define that agriculture comes under primary?
So it is basically initial beginning of any, for example, after agriculture, the processing of secondary. That is the manufacturing sector. So it is the initial sector.
And secondary is what? Manufacturing. And tertiary?
Service.
Service sector. Fine. See, primary sector basically means when you are utilizing something directly from the nature. If you are taking things directly from the nature, then it is going to be called as what? Primary sector. Clear? For example, fishing. You derive fish from what? From the lakes, from the ponds. So directly from the nature. You are going for agriculture. You sow the seeds. Something comes out. You get things which are directly from the nature. Then forestry, basically you derive a lot of things from the forest, timbers, other things that you derive from the forest. Okay, so forestry is what? Another comes under primary sector. Clear? Secondly, secondary sector, as we discussed now, whatever you are getting from primary sector, when you are processing it, it becomes okay, what? It becomes your secondary sector. Clear? For example, let's say sugar. So when you are getting sugar cane, you process it, and it becomes what? Sugar. You get cotton, you process it, and it becomes what? It becomes nothing but okay, textile industries. Clear? So what you get in the secondary is okay, processing. You are taking the basic things from the nature and then you are processing it. It becomes nothing but okay, secondary sector. And the third is what? Tertiary. What is tertiary? Tertiary, as it deals with services. It deals with the services. Clear? Now services means what? Services means it could be banking services, education services, hotel restaurants, IT services, and so on. Clear? So these comes under what? These comes under nothing but okay, tertiary sector. So what you are finding is factor responsible for location of primary, secondary, and tertiary industries. Where these industries are going to be set up, that you need to study. Clear? So this is okay, what going to come in the case of examination. Factor responsible for location of primary, secondary, and tertiary industries. For example, let's say if you have to set up a sugarcane industries, where you are going to set up this industry? Where you are going to set up? Let's say you have money, you have other thing, you want to set up a sugarcane industry. Where you are going to set up sugarcane industry? Away from city. Why? No population over there. Why you want no population over there? Okay. Yes. Fine. Anyone else? Hmm. Fine. Now, assume there is a sugar and there is a sugar cane. Which is more heavy? Sugar is more heavy or sugar cane is more heavy? Sugar cane is more heavy. Now, if heavy things you have to take from one place to another place, is it easier to carry heavy things or is it easier to carry the lesser heavy things from one place to another place? Less heavy things, okay? Clear? So that's why whenever you are setting up sugarcane industry, you will set up sugarcane industry where sugarcane fields are there. Clear? Why? Because it is difficult to transport such okay, sugarcane to a longer distance. Because if you are transferring it to longer distance, what will happen? Transportation cost will come, transportation cost will add, and this will make your product what? More costly. Clear? So that's why you want to set up industries where the things are located. Clear? So sugar I can transport it to longer distance because it is less heavy. So if I have to sell sugar to, let's say, urban areas, I can sell sugar to urban areas by transporting it. It costs me less. But if I am setting up sugarcane industries in urban areas, then what will happen? Difficult to transport sugarcane to urban areas, and that will make what? That will make our sugar more costly. Clear? So that's why whenever we are setting up any industries, we require what? We have to think on certain points, and then only we can set up the industry. So such type of industries are called as a weight losing industries. Such type of industries are called as a weight losing industry. So after processing, it is losing weight. After processing, it is losing weight. That's why it is called as which type of industry? Weight losing industry. So weight losing industry, generally you set up near nothing but okay, what? Near the raw material. Where you get the raw material, there you set up nothing but okay, the sugarcane industry. Let's say iron and steel industries. Iron and steel industry. Where you set up iron and steel industries? Where you'll set up, for example, anybody know which was the first steel plant in India? Which was the first steel plant in India? TISCO. In Jamshedpur, Tata steel plant was set up. So this was, where is Jamshedpur? Any idea? No. 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 Yeah. is in Jharkhand. Okay, so you'll find, okay, this in case of nothing but, okay, in Jharkhand. Clear? So why Jamshedpur? What is the reason? Why do you see that steel plant was set up over there?
So because the ore is available.
Iron is available. Yes. Any other thing? Any other thing along with iron ore? Any other thing that you can get? Now this region is very close to Bengal. Bengal is known for huge human resource. Human population is more. Humans density is more in Bengal. So you'll get a labor. Without labor, you can't, okay, work in case of industry. So it requires huge number of labor, which is easier in this particular region. Third thing, what else is required? What else is required? You require a coal, because iron ore need to be processed. This processing only happens in presence of whom? In presence of coal. Now in India, only sector that you find is what? Only sector that you find where both iron and coal are available is what? Is this belt. Both iron and coal is something that is, okay, available in this belt. Clear? So that's why you'll see setting up of steel plant over there. So you are not setting up things anywhere in India. You are seeing what is, okay, required for setting up those industries. Then you are setting up those industries in those areas. Clear? So that's what you have to study. Factor responsible for location of primary, secondary and tertiary industries in various parts of the world, including India. So you have to not only study with regard to India, also with regard to what? With regard to world. So which are the more mineral rich region of the world? Which are the, like, okay, you'll find this region, African region, this region known for very copper. So Congo region, okay, this region is known for copper. You'll find South Africa known for gold, diamonds. You'll find Mexico. So you'll find, okay, this region of US, this is, okay, where Mexico is there. Mexico, you'll find a lot of silver mines over there. Clear? So you'll see wherever resources are available, and based on that, then you'll decide where to set up the industries, whether primary industry, secondary industry or tertiary industries. For example, why you see a lot of IT industries in Bangalore? What is the reason why you find a lot of IT industries in Bangalore? That is a tertiary industry. So why do you see more of industries in Bangalore, IT industries? Again, IT industries services works on what? Services works on trained humans. You require trained humans. Engineers you require. Software developers you require. And you have more number of what? Engineering colleges in Bangalore. You'll get trained resources over here. Climate is good. You'll find Europeans, okay, finding this particular part of the climate, okay, very suitable for them, because European region will see lesser, okay, what? Lesser hot conditions are there. Bangalore weather is good, okay. So we'll see a lot of factors that went into setting up IT industries in what? IT industry in case of Bangalore region. Connectivity is there, easier, okay, what? Easier movement from Europe to or US to India, India to US, okay. You'll see a lot of good transportation, connectivity is there, urbanized area is there. So that makes the Bangalore as what? That makes the Bangalore as one of the IT hub. Clear? So what are the factors responsible for setting up those industries? You have to study that particular aspect. Clear? Next, if you see next point, important geophysical phenomena. Important geophysical phenomena such as earthquake, tsunamis, volcanic activity, cyclones, all these phenomena you need to study. Clear? Geographical features and their locations. Geographical features and their location. Changes in critical geographical features. What is critical geographical features means? Like lakes, like ice caps, like forest. Clear? So all these, any changes in such features, you have to nothing but, okay, study. Like climate change is happening. When climate change happening, what is happening to ice? Melting. When ice is melting, what will happen? Level will rise. It will lead to submergence of coastal areas. So you have to study those particular aspects. Clear? So changes in critical geographical features. So that's where current affairs will come into picture. That's where current affairs of geography will come into picture. Clear? For example, volcanic activity. Now, which is the recent volcanic activity that has happened? Which is a recent volcanic activity? If you're going through the current affairs, can you point it out? Mount Etna. Mount Etna. It has recently erupted. Clear? So this has recently erupted. Mount Etna. This lies in Italy. Okay. So this has recently erupted. So the news was okay there regarding nothing but okay these eruptions. Clear? So whenever you get this type of news regarding earthquake occurring, volcanic activity happening, pick up those things. Clear? From the current affairs, from the newspaper, you have to pick up those things. Fine. Another important thing that you see, and in flora and fauna and the effect of such changes. What is flora means? Plants. What is fauna means? Animals. So effect of, okay, what effects such changes? Like if any critical geographical changes are happening, ice is melting, forest is okay, deforestation is happening, water loss of water bodies are happening, lakes are okay going away, then in such cases what effect it is having on plants, what effect it is having on animals, that also you need to nothing but okay study. So this is a syllabus part that is given in the mains examination. Clear? So what you are finding is in prelims it is mentioning about what? Physical, social, economic. This part is something that is mentioned in prelims, and this part is something that is mentioned in the mains examination. Clear? So first of all, what you have to do is okay, be thorough with your syllabus. If you're not thorough with your syllabus, what will happen? What will happen? You don't know what to study in newspaper, what not to study in newspaper, because we discuss current affairs is going to come. And secondly, what questions that are going to come in the examination, that also depends on what? That also depends on your syllabus. Clear? So if you have to have thorough knowledge, thorough study of your syllabus, wherever you are studying, just take a printout of syllabus. Wherever you are studying, just paste it over there, okay, and read all the lines, okay, of syllabus. At least you have to remember what you have to study, what you don't have to study from the prelims and the mains part. Clear? So this is all about what? This is all about nothing but okay syllabus of geography. Clear? Now we'll just take up certain So now we'll come with classification. How geography syllabus is there? What are the things you need to study? Now we are going to read in detail, because okay, as we discussed, syllabus only mentions a pinpointed form. So what actually you need to study? So geography we divide it into two parts: physical geography as well as human geography. Clear? In physical geography, there are 5 different areas that you need to study. One is called as a geomorphology. Second is a climatology, oceanography, the fourth thing that you need to study is biogeography, and fifth is environmental geography. So these are classification of what we call as a physical geography: geomorphology, climatology, oceanography, biogeography, as well as environmental geography. Clear? What is geomorphology means? What this term means? Geomorphology. Geo means what? Earth, and morphic means what?
Structure.
Structure. Yes. It deals with the structure. It deals with features that you find. So whatever the structures or features that you find within Earth is called as what? Is called as a geomorphology. Clear? Whatever structure and feature that you're finding within Earth, let's say this is Earth's surface, whatever the features, structures, things that you're finding with respect to Earth, that is called as what? That is called as a geomorphology. So it deals more with the processes that are happening beneath the Earth's surface. Geomorphology deals more with the processes happening beneath the Earth's surface, below the Earth's surface. Clear? For example, why mountains are created? Why mountains are created? It is created because of the process that are taking place beneath the Earth's surface. We call it as a tectonic movement. So because of this tectonic movement, you'll see creation of what? Creation of nothing but mountains. Clear? So you are studying this structure, mountain structure. You are seeing creation of plateaus. You are seeing creation of what? Creation of plateaus. Clear? Again, this is a structure. Why the plateaus again are created? Again, due to nothing but processes taking place below the Earth's surface. Clear? Why do you see volcanic eruption? Why do you see volcanic eruption? Again, due to the processes happening below the Earth's surface. Why do you see earthquake? Again, due to the processes happening below the Earth's surface. So all these features you have to study where? You have to study in the case of geomorphology. Clear? So morphic means, remember that term, morphic means structure. Whatever structure that you are finding on the Earth's surface, you have to study about that. With be it plains, be it mountains, be it the plateaus, be it deltas, be it valleys, anything that you are finding onto the surface of Earth, any structures that you are finding onto the surface of Earth, you have to study. And more you will get information regarding what? More you will get information regarding the interior of Earth. So interior of Earth is what? Interior of Earth is what? Now this is Earth's surface. This is Earth's surface. What lies below this Earth's surface? What layers that you are finding below this Earth's surface? That is called as the interior of Earth. Now you know that Earth is in which shape? It is a geoid shape. Okay, Earth is in which shape? The shape of Earth is called as a geoid shape. It is not called fully sphere. It is not called as a sphere. It is called as a which shape? Geoid shape. Why? Because the Earth is bulging out. This is bulging out at the equator, while this is being flattened where? At the poles. So at the poles, you will see flattening is occurring. At the equator, you will see bulging out is happening. So it is not perfectly sphere. Let's say this is a sphere. Now if you push it like this, then what will happen? This becomes flattened at nothing but flattened at the poles and bulges out where? At the equator. So this is shape of nothing but Earth. Clear? Now the shape of Earth plays a very important role. Shape of Earth plays very important role. Why it plays a very important role? Because it determines your gravity. Gravity. Clear? In physics, you will see gravity. How do you find? Gm by r squared, where m is what? Mass of Earth. R is what? Radius. Clear? So where you'll see more gravity? Where you'll see more gravity? More gravity. Where you are going to see more gravity? This radius is what? This radius from the center of Earth. This radius is what? This radius is smaller in nature, while this radius from here to here is what? Bigger in nature, because it is bulging out at equator. It is flattening at poles. Okay, so the gravity here is going to be what? If radius is more, then what will happen to gravity? Gravity will be nothing but less. If radius is less, then gravity is going to be what? More. Okay, so at poles you are going to see what? More gravity. At the equator you are going to see what? Less gravity. Less gravity. Clear? You have in science and tech, you will find from where India is launching the ISRO is launching their satellite and etc. From where they are launching? No, not from Odisha. Sriharikota. Where is Sriharikota? It is here, okay, in Andhra Pradesh. Here, okay, lies your Sriharikota. Okay, this is a launching center of ISRO. Why ISRO is launching from here? Why not any other places? Why they are not launching from here? Why they are not launching from here? Why they are launching from here? They can launch from here also. It can fall into the water. What is the reason why they are launching from here?
Maybe less gravity.
Reason is less gravity. Yes, okay. Closer you are launching to the equator, what will happen? Less gravity. Less gravity means what? Rocket requires less fuel to go up because it has to overcome lesser gravity. Okay, so it requires less fuel to go up. So that's why you'll see nothing but okay, what launching centers are always made closer to what? Closer to the equator. Why this is happening? It is happening due to the shape of Earth. Clear? So that's why studying geography will give you what? Geography is a bridge subject. Okay, it gives you information regarding everything. It gives you information regarding history. It gives you information regarding polity. It gives you information regarding economics, like we discussed location of industries, where industries are located, what things you are doing. So it gives you information regarding economics. It gives you information regarding science and tech, where from where you're launching and etc. So it is like a bridge subject. Okay, understanding this is very important. Clear? So shape of Earth is in which shape? Shape of Earth is in geoid shape. That is okay there. Clear? So when you take a section of this, assume this is a center of Earth. This is a center of Earth. When you take this particular, okay, what? When you are trying to study this layers of Earth, this is called as what? Interior of Earth. So this is how we study what? Interior of Earth. The upper part is called as a crust. The lower part is called as a mantle. And this part is called as a core. Clear? So Earth consists of various layers, which is a crust, mantle, as well as core. Clear? Any doubt regarding this particular thing? So all these things where you are going to study in geomorphology. Clear? Any doubt regarding this particular part? Now, second aspect that you are finding is a climatology. So second thing that you are finding is a climatology. Clear? Now, what is climate basically? What is a climate? So climatology means what? Study of climate. What is climate basically? Strong change in weather. Let's say, okay, today sunny weather is there, tomorrow rainfall is there. Can you say it is a climate?
No, sorry, sir.
It's a weather. So how do you say it is a climate? What is a climate? How do you define? For a prolonged period. Yes. When you take average of weather for a long period of time, then it is called as what? It is called as a climate. Clear? So at a place, when you take average for a long period of time, then it is going to be called as a climate. Let's say you say summer climate. Why you say summer climate? Because average temperature during this period is what? High. So that's why you call it as what? You call it as a summer climate. Someday you might see 46 degrees Celsius. Someday you might see 34 degrees Celsius due to rainfall. Someday you might see again 40 degrees Celsius. But on an average, what will happen? It will be on higher side. That's why you are going to call it as what? You are going to call it as a summer climate. Clear? So climate is basically long term. Average, when you are taking it for a long term, then it is called as what? It is called as a climate. So climatology is a study about climate. You are going to study about climate. You are going to study about seasons. Seasons, summer climate, winter climate, what type of climate you have. So you are going to study about seasons over here. You are going to study about cyclones, how cyclones are going to form, rainfall pattern, like monsoon. Currently we are saying that India is having which type of climate? Monsoonal climate. Why monsoonal climate? Because India get most of its rainfall in what? Most of its rainfall in June to September period. June to September period. 90%, 95% of India's rainfall happens during this particular period. That's why we say India is okay having this type of climate, monsoonal climate. On an average, we get more rainfall during this particular period. So that's why this is referred as what? Monsoonal climate. Clear? So You will be studying about what? You will be studying about seasons, you will be studying about cyclones, you will be studying about winds, atmosphere, different layers of atmosphere like troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere. You'll be studying about different layers of atmosphere. Clear? So, for example, recently you saw, okay, the crash, no? Crash of AI 171 Air India flight has been crashed in Ahmedabad during the takeoff. You have seen the videos and etc. Now, generally, when flight moves, where it moves, in which layer it's moved. When flight moves, in which layer generally it moves. So this is your troposphere. Let's say this is the lowest layer. Then this is okay your stratosphere. This layer is your mesosphere. This layer is okay ionosphere. These are different layers of atmosphere that is okay there. Then generally you'll see more of nothing but okay flight movement in this layer, stratosphere. During the takeoff, it goes to this layer, then it will come back, it will come down like this during the landing part, that is okay there. Most of its movement is in stratosphere. Why most of the movement of flight is in stratosphere?
So less disturbance is
Okay, why do it have lesser disturbance over here? Why do you have lesser disturbance over here? More height. Any other thing? Any other thing? Because all your weather related phenomena happens in this layer only. All your weather related phenomena, whether wind, cyclones, whether rainfall, cloud formation, most of okay your dew formation, your snowfall, all these happens in which layer? In troposphere. So this is where disturbance is there. This is where a lot of disturbance are there because of nothing but okay all these things. That's why most of the movement is in which layer? It is in stratosphere, that is okay there. Clear? So that's what okay you'll be studying about where the flight movement, which layer is more good for communication, which layer is more good for movement of flights and etc. So you'll be studying that in climatology. So climatology deals with all these parts. Clear? Any doubt regarding this particular thing? The third thing is your oceanography. So third layer is what? Your oceanography. What is oceanography? You'll be studying about oceans. As the name indicates, oceanography means you'll be studying about ocean. So what is there to study in oceans? Only water is there, no? Wind directions. Wind direction you are already studying in climatology. Wind direction already you are studying in climatology. Yeah, oceanic current. Yes, any other thing? Any other thing that you study? Any other thing that you study? So basically, let's say this is a water, oceanic water. And this is your oceanic bed. Oceanic bed, the bottom point of the ocean's oceanic bed. Clear? This is water. Now within this, below the water, you'll find a lot of things. You'll find mountains. These are called as a sea mount. You'll find like this, ridges. You'll find also something like this, which are referred as the trenches. Okay? You'll see lot of features in below the water in the oceans. Okay? You'll be studying about ridges. You'll be studying about seamount, trenches, volcanic eruption that is okay happening, deposit. What is depositing on the bed of the oceans? Oceanic deposits, oceanic current that flows over here on the surface, oceanic current. So you'll be studying about all those particular thing in what? All those particular thing in oceanography. Clear? If you are going through the current affairs, for example, one thing that is very much in news is polymetallic nodules. What is this polymetallic nodules? What is this basically? Polymetallic nodules. Now poly means what? What the term poly means? Many. Yes. Okay. So you study polygon. Polygon means in maths you study, no? What is polygon? Maths. So you'll see different sides like pentagon, hexagon, you'll see octagon, you'll see triangles, okay? You'll see different sides, no? So when many sides are present, then it is going to be called as what? It is going to be called as a poly. Poly means what? Many. Polygon. Clear? So poly means many. Metallic means what? Metals. So when many metals are present, within, let's say, a rock or let's say a stones, then it is called as what? It is called as a polymetallic nodules. Clear? So lot of these polymetallic nodules found on the oceans. Lot of this you can derive what? You can derive iron, you can derive copper, magnesium. All these metals you can derive from where? You can derive from polymetallic nodules. Clear? So what is this? What is this iron, copper? Where you use it? Like you use for what? Copper wires, electricity, copper wires you use it. Iron, lot of usage of irons are there in industries. So what you see is if you want to run any industry, what is required? Especially manufacturing industry, iron industry requires iron, copper industry requires copper. If India have more amount of this iron and copper, then what will happen? More production. More production means what? More job generation, more employment, more export. Clear? So this is the reason why we are trying to explore, while we are trying to explore more of polymetallic nodules. Clear? That's why the government has announced a mission called as a Samudriyaan mission. Samudriyaan mission. This mission was announced to explore what? To explore this nodules, polymetallic nodules. Clear? This mission is being announced to explore. Now, if it is on land, let's say these minerals are on land, what will happen? You can dug it, mine it, and can take it out. But what about oceans? What about oceans? If it is on the land, let's say this minerals on land, like you have gold mines, Kolar gold mines, and other mines, okay? You can dug it and you can take out nothing but, okay, minerals from there. But if it is under the ocean, what is required? Difficult to explore, difficult to take it out, because you need, okay, technologies to go inside to the ocean bed, explore it, take it out, and then bring it back onto the surface. Clear? So difficult. That's why India is trying to develop this particular technology, Samudriyaan mission, that is okay there. Clear? So if we are having this technology, what will happen? It will help in what? Our industrial development. It will help in job generation. It will help in export. So that is the reason, okay, why we are trying to launch this particular mission, which is called as the Samudriyaan mission. Clear? So these all things you are going to study where? In oceanography. Oceanic current, you will be studying about oceanic feature, ridges, trenches, seamounts, gouyot, all those particular features you are going to study in case of oceanography. Clear? Any doubt regarding this part? The next is, okay, what? Next concept is a biogeography. What is biogeography? Bio means what? Bio means what? Nature. Anyone else? Anyone else? Bio means biology. You study biology, no? What is biology? Study of humans and plants, living organism. Okay, bio means something that is living. Okay, so biogeography means, okay, something that is, okay, in association with living things, living organism, that is, okay, there. Clear? So that comes under what? That comes under nothing but, okay, biogeography. For example, we'll see soil formation. How soils are being formed? For example, in classes, in earlier classes and etc., you studied about friend of farmers. Who is considered as a friend of farmers? Earthworms. Why they are considered as a friend of farmers? Because they help in what? They help in soil formation, ensuring that soil remain fertile. Clear? So you'll be studying about that. Soil formation processes, physical weathering process, chemical weathering process, biological weathering process that is responsible for a formation of soil. All those particular things you are going to study where? In biogeography. Clear? And the last aspect that you have is environmental geography. What do you study in environmental geography? Like whatever deforestation is happening, whatever pollution that you are getting, clear? Whatever the ice cap melting is happening, or whatever okay changes that is happening in climate, in case of weather, those comes under what? Those comes under nothing but okay environmental geography. Clear? So these parts constitute your what? These 5 parts constitute your physical geography. Clear? Geomorphology, climatology, oceanography, biogeography, environmental geography, these constitute your physical geography part. Clear? It comes under you. Clear? So these parts okay comes under what? This part comes under your physical geography. Now this physical geography you have to study from India perspective also, and you have to study it from world perspective also. You have to study it from India perspective also, you have to study it from world perspective also. For example, let's say if you are studying Indian geography, you will be studying about desert over here in Rajasthan, okay, which is the desert? Thar desert. Okay, so Thar desert lies where? In the Rajasthan. Likewise, desert, when you are studying about the world, you'll find okay desert being found over here in the US. You'll find desert being found in the Africa. In this region is deserted region, or this region is a deserted region. This is a Sahara desert, this is Namib and Kalahari desert. We'll be studying about desert with respect to India also, with respect to world also. So anything which we are studying, like we are studying about Himalayas, Indian mountains, we also have to study about what? Mountains of okay the here lies your in US, Canada, you'll find okay mountains called Rocky Mountains. Here you'll find which type of mountains? Andes mountains. Clear? So you'll be studying about all those particular aspects from both Indian side as well as nothing but okay world. Clear? Any doubt regarding this particular part? Now the next thing is a human geography part. What is you are going to study in human geography? So what you are going to study about human geography? As the name indicates, human. Human means what? First, you are going to study about population. You are going to study about demography. You are going to study about migration, settlement pattern, all these things you are going to study from okay what? Study in case of human geography. How much is the population of an area? What is the demography of an areas? Migration pattern, settlement pattern, all these things you are going to study from the human perspective in human geography. Clear? For example, any subject is over right now? History has been taken? No. Ancient history? Do you have knowledge about Harappan civilization and other civilization? Do you have knowledge? Where this settlement was there, Harappan civilization? Where? Indus Valley. Where is Indus River flowing? Where is Indus River flowing? In this, okay, this is how the Indus River is something that is okay flowing. Why do you see settlement over here? What is the reason? Water, yes. So water was the main reason. River was the main reason because river was making agriculture possible over here. River was helping in navigation. The river was helping in trade. You take goods from one place to another place through the rivers. So river was helping in trade and etc. That is okay there. So you see here geography is determining what? Geography is determining the settlement. Where people are settling. Clear? Where people are settling. That's why you'll see more population always in what? Coastal areas. Coastal areas always will have more population than the interior areas, plateau areas, hilly areas. Hilly areas you will always find what? Lesser population. Coastal areas you will find more population. Plainer areas you will find more population, dense population. Clear? Why? Land fertile, more agriculture can be done, more food is available. More food is available means what? More population can survive over here. Clear? So that's why you'll see study about population, demography, migration, settlement pattern, all these things okay under nothing but okay what? Under human geography. Clear? Second is what? Economic geography. Second thing that you are going to study is economic geography. What is economic geography? What is economic? Just now we discussed in the syllabus what is mentioned. In the syllabus what is mentioned? Location of industries. We discussed location of primary industry, secondary industry, tertiary industries, where the things are located. That is a part of which type of geography? Economic geography. Clear? So primary location of industries and etc. Primary, secondary, tertiary sector. So all these things you are going to study in what we call as a economic geography. Clear? The third thing that you find is what? The third thing that you find is a political geography also. Sometimes also you study this type of things called as a political geography. What is political geography means?
So countries fighting for resources.
Yeah. So political geography means any political region which is a bone of contention. Let's say you'll see about what? Okay, you'll find this particular, okay, the region. Now currently, if you see, this region is under the control of whom? Yeah, Askai Chin region under control of China. This region, Gilgit-Baltistan, in the control of Pakistan. You'll find POK, Pakistan occupied Kashmir, under the control of POK. This region is under the control of Kashmir. But when you did, okay, well, draw a map, you draw a map like this. This region is not controlled currently by India, but you draw the map like this, no? Why? Because these are part of Indian territory. We consider this as a part of which territory? Indian territory. That is okay there. Clear? So this is a political thing. Political issues that is okay there between India and China. Political issue that is there between India and Pakistan. But okay, what you see is okay, this deals with the geography. This deals with the geography part, location part. So this comes under which type of geography? Political geography. Clear? Like you'll see, you'll study about this part. Okay, if you see this part is India, then you'll find like this currently. Then this region you'll find South China Sea. This sea is called as a South China Sea. This part is called as a Indonesia. This is a Southeast Asian nation countries and etc. So you'll find this part is called as a South China Sea. Now China is claiming this entire region, this entire South China Sea. China wants this entire South China Sea, while the other countries like you'll see Indonesia, like you'll find Vietnam, Philippines, they are saying that no, this things doesn't belong entirely to China. For example, let's say India can't claim that this entire ocean is okay. What? Entire ocean is a part of India. We can't claim okay that particular thing. No? So that's what China is currently okay. Currently saying the whole of South China Sea belongs to who? Belongs to China. Why China is claiming like that? Why China is claiming that whole of South China is belonging to China? They wanted trade through water. Any other reason? Just now we discussed resources, polymetallic nodules. Remember, polymetallic nodules, the more resources that you have, okay, more, okay, what? More industries you can, okay, what? You can run. More industries means what? More control you will have over world economy. Clear? So China currently is exporting to whom? A lot of countries that is okay there. If China wants to continue to export, what will happen? They need resources. And for resources, they need what? They need nothing but okay these polymetallic nodules, okay, that is okay there. So that's why they are claiming entire South China Sea that these resources comes to where? Comes to nothing but okay China. This also okay include various islands. Okay, so in South China Sea various islands are there. So they are trying to control all these islands. This will give them fishing resources, other resources. They get this provide them opportunity to generate wind power. Yeah. So you know that wind when wind are blowing, what is the problem in urban areas? What is the problem with the wind in urban areas? Because in urban areas, a lot of buildings are there. Okay, they block the movement of winds. Okay, let's say wind is blowing. Okay, if something is blocking the movement of wind, then what will happen? Wind will not be able to correctly blow. Clear? So if okay area is without any friction, if area is without any blockage, then what will happen? Wind can easily blow. Clear? So that's why if you see windmill and etc. Have you seen any windmill installed? Where it is being installed? Okay, in some village areas, in some outer areas. Why? Because there is no blockage to nothing but okay what? Blockage to the wind. In urban areas, you don't find windmill. Why? Lot of blockage okay to the wind, and that's why okay your install cost. Okay, while installing windmill, you require a lot of cost. So this install cost will not be recovered if wind is not generating much energy. Yeah. So that's why all these can be, okay, what, all these can be used by whom? Used by China, and that's why they are claiming whole of South China Sea. So this is, okay, part of which one? Political geography. So political thing, anything that is, okay, coming under the bone of contention, okay, that is called as a part of political geography that you are going to study. Clear? So this is population, demography, migration pattern, economic geography you are going to study, political geography, okay, you are going to study. All these comes under what? All these comes under nothing but, okay, the human geography. And lastly, you will be studying about resources. We'll be studying about resources. Okay, so resources are what? Mineral resources, other resources. Okay, fine. Resources are what? Resources are mineral resources, other resources that you have to keep in mind. Clear? Any doubt regarding this particular thing? So these are what you are going to study in case of human geography. Again, you have to study both from Indian and world perspective. As we discussed, main syllabus has mentioned location of industries from South Asia. Remember, South Asia and world. Okay, so that part is mentioned. So this also you have to study from India as well as nothing but, okay, world geography point of view. So this is overview of geography, what you have to study in case of geography. So physical geography as well as human geography. Physical geography means what? Physical geography means physical processes that you are studying: geomorphology, climatology, oceanography, biogeography, as well as environmental geography. And human geography will be studying about these particular things. Clear? Now the next part is what resources you are going to use. What resources or what books you are going to use to study these things. The first thing, read NCERT. These are basics and very important. Which NCERT? Class 6 to class 12. Clear? All these NCERT you need to read from class 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th and 12th. Though your primary resources should be this. These are your primary resources. This you have to revise again and again. Okay, 11th and 12th. But 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th also you need to study. Clear? 10th also you need to study. Clear? These covers the basic aspect. Now, if you later on when we'll start the class, we'll see directly questions has been asked in the examination from NCERT. This too you have to read line by line. Line by line. Okay, directly UPSC is picking up questions from these lines. Okay, and they are asking in the examination. So you have to read these 11th and 12th line by line. You have to read once, twice, thrice till the time you are not getting all the conceptual clarity. Clear? Any doubt regarding this particular thing? And these are, okay, what? These are once, okay, if you read it and, okay, make some note of it, that is, okay, sufficient. Clear? For 6th to 10th. Clear? And other than that, you have to take an atlas. Basically, you go with, there is Study Today publication atlas. This atlas, Study Today publication atlas, you can take this atlas. There is another one that is, okay, available, which is called as Oxford Atlas. This is also available. Oxford Atlas is also available. So either of these you can take, but this I'll suggest more. Study Today publication, because this is written more in UPSC. Map and etc. is given more in UPSC perspective as compared to Oxford Atlas, which is a general one. Clear? So either of these you can take. If it is not available in the market, you can go with Oxford Atlas. But first try for this one, Study Today publication atlas. Clear? So whenever you are studying 11th and 12th or any other geography, keep on referring this atlas for determining location, where things are located, how the rivers are flowing. Like UPSC has asked questions that Yamuna river flows through how many states. Clear? So if you are not aware that through which, how many states Yamuna rivers flows, so how many, okay, rivers, how many states Yamuna river flows? If you are not aware, then you can't answer. For this, you have to refer nothing but, okay, maps. Okay, for example, you'll see Himachal Pradesh. You will find also, okay, what you will find also the Uttar Pradesh, where it comes and joins nothing but okay Ganga. You'll also find Haryana. You'll also find nothing but okay Delhi, through which Yamuna is something that is okay flowing. So this type of questions has been asked in case of examination. How many state Brahmaputra river is something that is okay flowing? Okay? So these type of questions has been asked in examination. So whenever you are studying, whether drainage pattern, whether you are studying any other thing, you have to nothing but okay go through the maps. Clear? So study this map, you can take it and refer whenever you are getting any location, any rivers, any area, you just refer the map and get familiar with the okay things around okay that particular places. Clear? Any doubt regarding this one? Now 11th basically deals with your physical part. It deals with the physical part, and 12th basically deals with your human part, human geography part. Clear? So 11th deals with the physical. There is two books in 11th. One deals with okay world and another deals with the Indian. And similarly, there are two books also in case of nothing but okay 12th, which deals again with the world as well as nothing but okay Indian part. So for physical and human geography, you will use these particular. These should be your primary resource. Clear? And there is another book which is called as a GC Leon. This after okay we are okay done with certain topics, then I'll tell you. Then you can go and refer okay this particular book for certain topics, which is GC Leon. Clear? Now these are okay what these are your sources. This should be nothing but okay your primary sources. Along with that, current affairs as we discussed is important. So refer any what? Refer any newspaper for covering the current affairs aspect. Refer any newspaper. Clear? And the second thing, what you do is whenever you are making notes, let's say in class, whenever we are okay making any notes and etc., or as usual also when you are making any notes for UPSC, if you are making in a copy, just divide your copy into two halves. Clear? Or if you are taking A4 sheet, you can take A4 sheet and you can again divide A4 sheet like this. That is okay there. Clear? Now this part, this side, okay, you may write regarding the topics and you whatever the flow chart diagrams and as well as okay the material that you want to write, you can write on this particular side. Leave this part for current affairs. Leave this for part for current affairs. So whenever you are getting anything in the okay what in the case of newspaper, you can write it. Let's say we discuss volcanic eruption. Volcanic eruption we have discussed. Now volcanic eruption, what is type of volcanic eruption, what comes out in a volcanic eruption, okay, any diagram if you want to make, what is okay the crater in a volcanic eruption, etc. You want to make this on this particular side. Let's say we discussed recently Mount Etna has okay what exploded, so you note it down okay on okay what on the current affairs side. Okay, so this is how you try to make a note of things. Clear? This will help you in revision. Okay, and don't make everything okay what don't make everything as a notes, like line by line what is written in a book. Don't make note like that. Why? Then it will be difficult to revise. You have to revise whole book itself. If you are writing everything, what will happen? You have to revise whole book itself. Clear? So important thing is okay, you write keywords. What are the keywords that you are going to mention in case of examinations? Clear? So first you will have to write keywords that if this question comes, volcanic eruption comes, okay, I'm going to write these keywords in the answers. Okay, so you have to mention keywords. That is okay, one important thing. And the second important thing is okay, what? Write okay certain concise that these are the points I am going to elaborate in case of examination. Clear? These are the points I am going to elaborate in the case of examination. Make a note, like it should be a revision notes. It should be a revision notes when you are okay going for the examination. It is easier to quickly nothing but okay revise it. Clear? For example, in mains examination you don't have a time. Like let's say one shift you are writing 9 to 12, then again second shift okay you'll be writing GS paper 1, GS paper 2, and then okay next day again 9 to 12 and 2 to 5 you have to write GS paper 3 and GS paper 4. Clear? So you don't have okay by the time examination get over, you will come to home, okay, already tired for writing, okay, this one. Then again next day also you have to nothing but okay revise for paper 3 and paper 4. At that time you can't revise whole book, so you need to have okay notes which are concise in nature, and you can easily nothing but okay revise that in case of examination. Clear? So those things is what you have to focus on while making a notes. So don't write everything what is written in book. You can highlight in the book itself that these are okay, what these are the points I can revise when I'll come to okay again revise this topic, I'll revise these points. But don't make note of all the things. Make note of okay keywords, make notes of okay the points which are you are going to elaborate in the examination for quick revision process. Clear? Any doubt regarding this particular thing? So this is how you have to approach note making in case of UPSC, and leave this space for okay writing for current affairs. Clear? Any doubt regarding this particular aspect? Now, what is the usage of geography? Now, if you see the prelims as well as mains, if you see prelims as well as nothing but okay mains, how much questions is coming from geography? In mains, as we discussed, it is part of what? GS paper 1. In prelims also it is part of nothing but okay your GS paper 1. Clear? How much questions is coming from geography? That you have to first focus upon. 70. Okay, just will take up once. Now this okay you are finding subject wise weightage from okay 2011 to 2023. Okay, what questions you are getting? So you can see geography part, this part, how much you are getting. You see number of questions, okay, 11 questions come, then 17, 18, 14, 16, 7, 9, 10, 14, 10, 10, 12, 17. Clear? So this is the number of questions that has appeared from geography in the case of examination. So on an average, you are getting around 12 questions, 12 to 13 questions on an average. Sometimes you are getting higher numbers, sometimes you are getting nothing but okay lower numbers. On an average, you can make okay around 12 to 13 questions you are getting from nothing but okay geography in the prelims. Clear? And 12 to 13 means what? How much marks? 26 marks. So you are getting around 26 marks in case of okay examination. And 26 means okay easily if you are okay serious, you can easily do around 20 marks in case of examination. And if you are thorough with current affairs, the sites that are in news, map that are there, you can also get more marks in the case of geography sections. Clear? So this is one of the scoring section in case of examination. Geography, polity, these are scoring section in case of examination. You need to do it thoroughly. Clear? In the mains part, if you see, now this is okay the mains part that you are getting. You can see physical geography, climatology, location of industries, distribution of resources, and disaster. These are the 5 topics which are mentioned in case of your syllabus, and how much question that has come in the case of examination regarding to each sections. Clear? So you are getting around, let's say 20 from here, 10 from here, 10 from here, 20 from here. So 40, 60, 70. 70 marks you are getting from nothing but okay here. So if you see here 55, 10, 10. So around 75 marks you are getting. Now, so in mains you are getting around, you can see here 55 marks plus 50 marks plus 10 marks. Okay, so it is somewhere around 110 marks you are getting. Okay? So in this examination also on an average you are going to get 70 to 80 marks from nothing but okay geography. Clear? So this is highly scoring as we discussed. Okay, paper is highly scoring, 70 to 80 marks you will get in the case of mains examination, and 13 to 14 you are going to get in the case of nothing but okay prelims examination. Clear? So this is important to study your static portion. Very static portion would what comes under static portion?
So it's for a moment.
Hmm?
For mains,
Hmm.
how many papers will be having for this?
You'll have the 4 GS paper.
4 GS.
4 GS paper you have. You also have the optional paper. One optional you have to choose, of which 2 paper will be there. Any subject you can choose, geography, economics, any subject which you are comfortable, you can take. 2 paper will be there. So total of 6, 4 GS, 2 optional, 6. Then you have 1 essay paper. 7, 1 essay paper you have to write. So that is 7, and 2 qualifying papers are there. English as a qualifying, and any language paper which you can choose. Okay, either Hindi, either Kannada, either any other language which you want to choose. You can choose one as a language paper. So English is compulsory. Other than that, any language paper you can choose it. So total of 9 papers you have to write.
What if the gaps in between?
Generally, you'll not be having gap in the GS paper. With optional, they are going to provide a gap. Okay, with optional, generally 1 day or 2 days of gap you can get in the optional. But generally in GS paper, you'll be having continuous GS1, GS2 today, GS3, GS4 tomorrow. Okay, like that they are setting it up. Okay.
So,
Huh.
for optional, which subject is
Optional, it depends. See, optional requires more depth. It requires more depth. You need to have interest in those subjects. It's not general studies is more of what UPSC, what they have mentioned in syllabus is around 12th level knowledge, or sometimes graduation level knowledge. Okay, in case of nothing but the GS paper, but optional requires more deeper understanding. So first of all, you need to have interest in that subject, because then only you can read in depth. It is not a superficial knowledge is required. Second thing, while choosing optional, you can, if you are not sure about which optional to choose, you can see that whichever optional is having more coverage in GS also. Because if you are covering optional, automatically GS portion is also being covered. Let's say geography, if you are taking an optional, geography you are going to take for optional also, automatically GS portion will be covered. Like sociology, if you are taking as an optional, automatically what will happen? Okay, you'll be studying for optional, you'll be covering Indian society also. Clear? So Indian society is a part of your GS paper 1 only. Clear? If you are taking PSIR, the political science as a paper, then paper 2. In paper 2 GS, polity is there. So their coverage is going to be there with regard to PSIR. So it requires, you have to do lesser labor in what? GS paper, because already you are doing for optional, so already GS portion is something that is being covered. So you can choose on that particular basis also. Some people who are very confident, they can take what? They can take other subject as an optional which is not covered in GS, like maths, like social, like physics, like chemistry. If they have good what command over these subjects, they take it, because this provide them more marks in what? Optional. And if they are getting lesser also in GS, the overall marks is what? More for them. So what they do is what, if they are coming from different background, let's say science background, they have more command over these subjects, they take as an option, because they have more interest, more depth knowledge in these particular areas. So it depends upon how you are choosing, which is your mindset, which is approach you are going to choose an option.
public administration is this?
Yeah, public administration is good. You are you are finding 2023 report, UPSC submit a report in which they give success rate. So agriculture, PSIR, sociology, anthropology, and public administration. Highest number of people with these optionals have qualified in case of prelims. Okay, so highest number of people with these optionals has qualified the prelims examination and appeared for the mains. Clear? So these are helping you in GS paper also, so that you don't have to separately read for GS and don't have to separately read for optionals. Okay, so you can take public administration as an option. Clear? So these are important points that you have to keep in mind while choosing options. So remember, as we were discussing about geography, so there is a slight difference in approach when you are reading for prelims and when you are reading for mains. In mains, we discuss how much questions you are getting, around 80 marks, 70 to 80 marks. And in prelims, we discuss you are getting around 13 to 14 questions in prelims you are getting. Clear? Here, you have to focus on, first thing, conceptual clarity. You have to have conceptual clarity. Second, you have to remember facts. You have to remember facts. What is facts? Like which mountain is where, which desert is located where, which ocean, the place is where. So you have to remember the facts also, that is okay there. Clear? So conceptual clarity is required. Facts is something that is okay required. And also, you also have to have certain basic knowledge regarding current affairs, which they can associate with the questions. So you have to have basic knowledge, basic understanding of the current affairs, which they can associate with concept. Like let's say cyclone is occurring, so they can relate, okay, that this cyclone has recently occurred, at which place it has occurred, what is the reason behind cyclone to occur. Those things they can relate it with the current affairs. So basic knowledge of current affairs is required. For mains, you need a lot of answer writing practice. You need a lot of answer writing practice, and for this you requires a habit of writing answers, because you need a flow in case of examinations. You have to write intro, you have to write main body part, and then you have to write conclusion. So you need to have writing ability. Basically, when you are coming, especially from science background, what is the background? Science. Most of you have science background, or other background you have? Commerce, science. So when you are coming from science background, generally what happens is you don't have that writing ability. Clear? When you are taking humanities as a subject, you more have a writing ability. In science, you make figures, you elaborate on those figures and etc. So those things are there. So you have less writing ability. So you have to have developed this ability. For this, answer writing is something that is very important. And how to write this answer? You take previous year paper, like we discussed, what questions has been appeared in previous year paper, and try to, once we are completing the topic, try to write on those particular topics. That if this question comes in this year examination, what you are going to write. So you'll practice like that. So take the previous year question paper, try to write on those particular things. Clear? Once you are writing for the first time, second time, your answer will not be good. But over a period of time, writing habit will come. What to include, what not to include, you'll get to, and then you're able to write better answers. Clear? For example, in the mains examination, you have 3 hours, and you have to write around 3,000 to 3,500 words. You'll be getting around 20 questions also. So you are getting around 20 questions. You have to write around 3,000 to 3,500 words, and you have around 3 hours. That is there. Yeah. So quite challenging to write this much words in the 3 hours. So on an average, on each questions, you are going to get around 6 to 7 minutes only. Clear? So that's why writing habit is required, because you have to read the question, understand the question, then write. So 6 to 7 minutes each questions you are going to get, not more than that. Clear? Then you have to go for revision also, because once you are done, you have to highlight key points, in case of your answers and etc. So that's why having the writing practice is very important. Without this, you cannot complete your paper in the examinations. Yeah, because each question comes with a certain word limit. Like,
For example, if you find something that you
ah.
and create it in one or two something in one page.
See, if question is of 200 words, if question is given as a 200 words, that you have to write 200 words. If you are writing 150, not a problem. But important thing is what you are writing. If you are answering the question with 150 words, with diagrams, with other thing, not a problem. Clear? But important thing is what? Important thing, you have to have developed the habit of writing this much words. Clear? Because sometimes what happens is diagram making will also take time. It is not like if you have to draw a map, it will take time. Like if you are wanting to show a river, wanting to show a location of industries, you have to be thorough with the diagrams also. So this also takes a time. Clear? So that's why you need to have a lot of writing practice for the mains examination to entirely attempt your papers. Clear? Any doubt regarding this part? So this approach you should follow for geography, for prelims, as well as nothing but for mains. But when you are reading, read it integrated. Whatever you are reading for the mains will also be useful for prelims. Whatever you are reading for prelims will also be useful for mains. So integrated study is required. It's not that this I'll read for prelims, this I'll read for mains. No, not integrated approach is something that is required. Then only what will happen, you'll have what? You'll have conceptual clarity. Clear? Any doubt regarding this? You need a break?
Yes.
Yeah, fine. Have a break and we'll continue.
So we will answer that in the class.
Yeah, we'll be having answer writing session. So for geomorphology, these are the chapters that you need to read. Okay, so you can make a note of this one. The chapter 6, this is class 6 NCERT, class 7th NCERT, and class 11th. Okay, so these are the chapters that you need to read for geomorphology. Clear? So just make a note of this. For geomorphology, when we are starting, you have to read these NCERTs, these NCERT chapters, chapter 5 and 6 of class 6, chapter 2 and 3 of class 7th, and class 11th, you have to read these fundamental of physical geography. These chapters you have to cover from class 11th. As we discussed, class 11th and 12th are going to be your what? Primary NCERT, primary resources. Okay, so have a reading of class 6th and class 7th, and then you can have class 11th. You can read these particular chapters. So we are going to cover section wise. We'll start with the climatology, then geomorphology, then we'll cover oceanography. So whenever we are starting any section, you just go and read these particular topics from these NCERT. So side by side, whatever I'm explaining over, if you are going and reading from NCERT, you'll be conceptual clarity will be more. We'll be able to get more information from there also. And if you are having any doubt, you can clarify that doubt in the class. Fine. Next, for climatology, these are the chapters. So class 6th, you can read these chapters. Class 7, chapter 4, class 11, chapter 8 to 12, you can read for climatology part. Fine. Then the third that you have is oceanography. Okay, for oceanography, you have to read these part. Class 7, chapter 5, class 11th, chapter 13 and 4. 13 and 14. Then for biogeography, cover these chapter 6 and 10 of class 7th and chapter 15 and 16 of class 11th. Biogeography, you cover these chapters. Clear? Next, for Indian physical geography, you can cover these class 6th, chapter 7 and 8, class 9, chapter 1 to 5, class 11th, Indian physical environment complete books you need to read. Yeah. Then for economic geography, you cover these chapters. Class 8, chapter 1 to 5, class 12, chapter 5 to 9, and class 7, chapter 7. Economic geography, you have to cover these chapters. And the last that we have is human geography part. So you can cover class 8, chapter 6, and class 12, whole book, that fundamental of human geography. So you have to cover these particular part. Clear? So these are the NCERT, how you need to read NCERT. And what are the chapters you need to read. So don't start like class 6th, all chapter you start reading simultaneously. Whatever the topics that we are covering, like geomorphology, so read only geomorphology chapters from those NCERTs, and then we'll clear the doubts and etc. which you are having related to that. So first we'll start with concept of physical geography, and under that we'll start with concept of universe or origin of earth. So this is topic that is okay mentioned, origin of earth and universe. Fine. Do you have any idea how earth originated? Do you have any idea? Big Bang theory. What Big Bang theory says? Explosion of what? Black hole. No. A black hole is created because of Big Bang. Any other thing? Nebula. What is nebula? Yes, nebula part is correct. Okay, fine. We'll discuss, okay, first how the universe or how the origin of earth has happened. So basically this is our solar system. This is sun, and you know that planet revolves around sun in which orbit? In an elliptical orbit. So planets are revolving around sun in which orbit? They are revolving in an elliptical orbit. Elliptical means what? Like this. Okay, so this is okay called as a elliptical. This is what? Circular or spherical. So they are not revolving in a circular orbit, they are revolving in an elliptical orbit. Now elliptical orbit means, okay, ellipse has two focus. They have two focus. Like let's say if I cut this particular part, I am getting this. If I cut this particular part, I am getting this. If I am joining this, so this particular part has a center, this particular part has a center. So as a result, okay, what will happen is, okay, ellipse has two focus. Clear? So sun is at one of the focus. So sun is over here and the planet are revolving around the sun in an elliptical orbit. Clear? So planet come closer to the sun and planet moves away from the sun. Clear? They come closer to the sun when they are revolving. This, if planet is over here, it is nearer to what? It is nearer to the sun. If planet is over here, then it is okay away from the sun. Clear? This point where the sun is away is called as a apogee. Well, this point where the sun is nearer is referred as a perigee. So there are two terms, okay, perigee and apogee. Clear? So what information we have? This information is coming from a law which is referred as a Kepler's law. So Kepler's law states that all planet revolves around sun in which orbit? In which type of orbit? In an elliptical orbit. Clear? You have Mercury over here, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. Clear? So these are constituting your solar system. Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, these constitute our solar system. Now this belt that you have is referred as what? Asteroid belt. So the belt between Mars and Jupiter is referred as what? Asteroid belt. And belt beyond Neptune is referred as what? Is referred as a Kuiper belt. Clear? Belt beyond Neptune is referred as a Kuiper belt. Okay, so this particular part is a Kuiper belt. Clear? While so this region is called as heliopause. This region is referred as what? Heliopause. What is heliopause means? What is heliopause means? Heliopause means the maximum region where the sun's gravitational effect is being there. Beyond this, sun's effect is not there. Clear? So all planets are revolving around the sun because of what? Because of gravitational pull of the sun. Clear? So beyond this aspect, beyond this heliopause, gravitational pull of the sun is not effective. So this is a maximum point. Okay, so this point beyond Neptune till heliopause is referred as what? Is referred as a Kuiper belt. So first thing you have to clear about certain terms. What is stars, planet, asteroids, comets, meteoroids. You have these particular terms that we have used till now. So you have asteroid belts, you have nothing but okay what? You have planets, you have stars, sun is okay referred as what? Stars. So what is stars basically? What basically is a star? What basically is a star? We say sun is a okay what? Sun is a type of star. You see a lot of stars okay in the sky. What is stars basically? They are planets. Any other thing? Planet is different than stars. Lab. Correct. The stars are something that emits their own light. They are luminous. They are luminous. And what is planet? Which are revolving around the stars, which do not have their own light. Their planets are revolving around whom? Like Earth is a planet, Earth is revolving around whom? Sun, which is a star. Earth do not have its own light. Earth is getting light from where? From the sun. Okay, you see how the things start on the Earth. If photosynthesis do not happens in a plant, what will happen? You don't see okay any oxygen being okay released. You don't see any food being prepared. You don't see energy transfer. So everything happens on the Earth because of nothing but okay light that is coming from where? Light that is coming from sun. So planet do not have their own light. They are dependent on whom? They are dependent on stars for the light, and they are revolving around okay whom? They are revolving around the stars. Clear? Now there is also a term called satellite. What is a satellite? There's a term also called as a satellite. What is a satellite? Like we say ISRO is launching satellite. So what is a satellite basically? They monitor Earth. Okay. Any other thing? Any other thing? Stars are satellites are something that are revolving around the planets. So planets are revolving around star. Satellites are going to revolve around whom? Satellites are going to revolve around planets. So assume this is okay what? This is a sun. This is okay how? Okay, the planets are revolving around the sun, and around this, okay, whatever is revolving is called as what? Is called as a satellite. Clear? So satellite can be what? Satellite can be either natural also, or it can be artificial also. Natural also or artificial also. Clear? Natural satellite is your moon. Moon revolves around who? Moon revolves around the Earth. So moon is a natural satellite. Clear? While you'll see the ISRO launching are artificial satellite. Okay, so those they make satellite which is revolving around the Earth, and those are referred as artificial satellite. Clear? So basically you'll find okay the Mercury and Venus do not have any natural satellite, means they do not have any moon. Earth is having one moon while Mars is having two moons. Okay, these moons are referred as a Phobos and Deimos. So these are called as the moons of Mars. Earth has one moon. Clear? Mars has two moons. Now Jupiter, Saturn has many moons. So outer planet, these are referred as a outer planet. Outer planet has a many moons. Okay. Lies okay from this side of asteroid belts are called as the inner planet. Whatever lies from this side of asteroid belt are referred as a outer planet. Okay, so these Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, these are referred as a outer planet, while these four are referred as nothing but okay inner planet. Now, inner planet are rocky in nature. They are made up of rocks, like Earth is made up of rocks. So inner planet rocky in nature. Outer planets are gaseous in nature. They are made up of gases. Clear? For example, whenever you have seen a figure of Saturn, you will see a ring around the Saturn. Okay, you have seen a ring around the Saturn. What is this ring? Ring is nothing but the gases that are there around the Saturn. Clear? So outer planets are what? Outer planets are your they are made up of gases, while the inner planet are made up of what? And made up of rocks. Clear? These next term that you have is an asteroid. What is asteroid basically? These are basically the rocky fragments or gaseous fragments. Rocky fragments that are coming out. Okay, so those that are coming out is called as a asteroid. Okay, asteroids are also revolving around the sun. They are revolving in this belt around the sun. They are fragments of rocks. Clear? Because when explosion, like you are saying, Big Bang explosion had happened. So when explosion will happen, what will happen? You'll see a lot of dust, lot of breakdown of particles will be there. So these particles are nothing but called as a asteroid. The rocky particle, rocky fragment that revolves around the sun is referred as nothing but asteroid. Clear? Any doubt? Next is what? Next is the meteoroids. What is meteoroids? Meteoroids are fragments of asteroid or comets. Meteoroids are fragments. Okay, so when asteroid breaks down or when comets break down, their fragments are called as a meteoroids. Their fragments are called as a meteoroids. Clear? Now, sometimes you'll see, let's say this is an asteroid. A fragment of this from this comes out, and this fragment comes near to the earth. This fragment comes near to the earth. What will happen? The earth has a gravitational pull, as we discussed. Okay, this is a gravitational pull of earth. So earth is going to attract these these fragments towards itself. So when earth is going to attract these fragments, what will happen? What will happen? They will enter into Earth's atmosphere. So these are outside of Earth's atmosphere, but since Earth is attracting them, this will enter into what? This will enter into nothing but Earth's atmosphere. And when they will enter into Earth's atmosphere, what will happen? Friction will be created. This will get burnt. Okay, this material will get burned due to friction, because here the gases are there. They will collide with the gases, friction will be generated, and because of this friction, what will happen? They will get burnt. Clear? When they get burned, these are referred as meteors. When they get burnt, these are referred as what? Meteors. Meteors are also referred sometimes as what? Shooting star. Shooting star. Sometimes you have seen a movie and you have seen the stars is falling down on the earth. So that is nothing but what? That is nothing but meteors. Shooting star, which is coming down onto the earth, get burnt because of Earth's atmosphere. Clear? So that is called as a meteors. Clear? Now when many stars come together, then what will happen? Millions of stars, billions of stars comes together, then what will happen? They forms what we call as a galaxies. Okay, so when millions and billions of stars come together, then they forms what? Then they forms the galaxies. Clear? If let's say stars are arranged in a certain pattern, let's say these are arranged in a pattern like this. If the stars are arranged in a certain pattern, then they are called as what? Then they are called as a constellation. Then they are referred as constellation. Clear? So another two terms that you have to keep in mind is also galaxies and constellation. What is galaxies? Galaxies is when billions and billions of stars come together, then they create what? They create a galaxies. When stars are arranged in a certain pattern, certain figures, then it is called as what? It is called as a constellation. Clear? For example, you study about Ursa Major, referred as a Saptarishi, where stars are something that are arranged in a pattern like this. So Saptarishi or Ursa Major, where 7 stars are arranged in a pattern. So that's why it is referred as a constellation. Clear? So these are important aspects that you have to keep in mind. Ursa Major, Saptarishi, constellation, galaxies. These terms you have to keep in mind. Another is a comets. Comets are basically icy particles made up of dust and etc. Icy particle made up of dust, etc. Clear? So comets are basically dust particle, but okay, these dust are so frozen that they are in the form of ice. Clear? Now, when these dust particles comes near to, or when this frozen particles comes near to the sun, what will happen? They will melt. Yes. So these comets will melt because these are icy particles. When they come near to the sun, if they are exposed to the heat, when they are exposed to the heat, what will happen? They will melt. When they will melt, what will happen? What will happen? You'll see a development of a tail like this. We'll see a development of a tail like this. The melting material, this part is called as a melting material, and this we called as a tail of nothing but okay, comets. Clear? Any doubt regarding this particular thing? So these terms also you have to keep in mind, which is called as what? Which is called as a comets. Clear? So what are the terms we have discussed just now? Stars, planet, then asteroid, then comets, meteoroids, meteors, satellite, constellation, galaxies. Clear? So clear with these terms? Any doubt regarding these terms? So you can see, okay, this is okay what we called as a tail of the comets. Okay, the tail appears. Okay, so when this melts, you'll find what we call as a tail of the comets. So you can see this is called as a tail of the comet. So this is icy frozen particle. When frozen particle melt in the presence of whom? In the presence of sunlight, you'll see these type of tail appears in the comet. Clear? Now another important thing. So now we are coming to what are the theories or what are hypotheses regarding origin of universe. So we have discussed now the terms you need to know regarding understanding the universe, and these what are the theories, what are the hypotheses that is related with universe. Clear? First of all, what is difference between a theory and a hypothesis? What difference you are finding between a theory and a hypothesis? Yes, okay, and theory? Which way? Anyone else? Let's say if I say earth is a flat, earth is flat, earth is not geoid shape, earth is not okay spherical, it is in flat condition, then it is what? It is a hypothesis. I am making an assumption. Okay, it is an hypothesis. Clear? Now for hypothesis also to be accepted, someone else need to believe it. If I'm saying something, you need to believe it also. Then only it becomes a hypothesis. It becomes an assumption. Clear? If it is my own assumption, then it is an hypothesis. If many people are believing it, okay, then it becomes okay. What? It becomes a hypothesis. Clear?
Theory is something which they can give a mathematical formula, a derivation, that kind.
Okay. Now theories is basically for which you have evidences. For which you have evidences. Whether it is okay mathematical evidence, derivational evidence, okay, or any other type of evidence. Let's say physical proof you have, then it is called as a theories. Okay, so theories and hypothesis are different. Hypothesis is just an assumption. There's no conclusive proof regarding that. If I say earth is a flat, there's no proof I have to prove that okay, earth is a flat in nature. Clear? So that is an assumption, hypothesis, that is okay there. When I'm saying certain theories, theories means what? There's certain proof of that. So when we are saying the universe is okay, currently the most accepted theory is what? Big Bang theory. So when we are saying theory, it means certain evidences are there which says that this theory is what? This theory is explaining the formation of universe. Clear? Any doubt regarding this particular part? Now, so various type of hypotheses you will find mentioned in case of NCRTs. And we categorize this into two parts, monoistic as well as nothing but okay, dualistic. Clear? So various type of hypotheses are something that are mentioned, and we classify this hypothesis into two parts, that is monoistic as well as nothing but okay, dualistic. Clear? So under the monoistic, you have one type of hypothesis which is called as a nebular hypothesis, and under the dualistic, you have three different type of hypothesis, which is planestimal hypothesis, tidal hypothesis, and binary hypothesis. So these are okay, different type of hypothesis that you are finding with regard to monoistic as well as nothing but okay, dualistic. These are the initial attempt. Okay, these are initial attempt which were made in order to what? In order to explain regarding the universe, how universe is being formed or how solar system is being formed. These theories were the initial theories, okay, before Big Bang theories came into picture. These theories were there. Clear? Now, what is this nebular hypothesis? This is proposed by Laplace and Kant. They were the two persons. Laplace as well as Kant, they are proposing what we call as a nebular hypothesis. Okay. As the name indicate, monoistic means what? Single. Mono means what? Single. And dualistic means what? Two. Okay, so dualistic means two things. So monoistic means singular, dualistic means two things. Now they are saying that, these theories are saying that the universe is formed because of the presence of two stars. So that's why dualistic theory. Monoistic means what? One thing. Okay, so that's why it is okay called as a monoistic theory. So that's why we this categorization. Clear? Now the first thing, what is nebula basically? Now nebula is basically a cloud of dust and gases. A cloud of dust and gases. This is called as nebula. So nebula is cloud of dust and gases. Okay. So nebular hypothesis says what? Nebular hypothesis says that nebula, from this nebula you see emergence of solar system. You see emergence of nothing but okay, solar system. From this okay, nebula, you see emergence of our solar system. How the solar system has emerged? Now let's assume space. Let's assume space. Now anything space will okay, what will be static or will be revolving or rotating? Rotating. Why do you think it will be revolving or rotating?
They will be moving the particles.
Any other thing? Anything thing in the space, whether it will be static or it will be moving. Like let's say if I try to rotate this, okay, then what will happen? It will move, but after a certain point of time, what will happen? It will stop. Why it will stop? Due to gravity. Any other reason? Why do you think it will stop?
The force or that.
The force or the air. Any other reason? Let's say you drive a cycle, or you're pedaling a cycle. What will happen after a certain point of time if you don't pedal a cycle? It will stop. You don't, you switch off the engine of the car. What will happen to the car? It will stop after a certain point of time. Why it is happening? No motion. Why motion is not there? Because of friction. Okay, so what will happen when one thing is moving over other? What is happening? Frictions are generated. So when you are switching off the car is not getting any power, friction is generated. This friction is causing what? Car to stop. You are not pedaling a cycle, friction is generated between tires and road, and this is causing the cycle to stop. That is okay there. Clear? So why this friction is being generated? Why this friction is being generated? Because of nothing but what? Because of nothing but motion. Yes, motion. When one body is moving over other body in contact with the other body, then you see nothing but what? Then you see frictions are something that are generated. So on the earth, due to atmosphere, due to other things, frictions are something that are there. So motion is not permanent. But in the universe, in the space, what is happening? Vacuum is there. Vacuum is there, and because of this vacuum, what will happen? Frictions are not there. When frictions are not there, what will happen? Object will revolve, and object will nothing but rotate in the space. Clear? So they will not stop. Friction is not there. That's why object, you see Earth is constantly rotating on its axis, no? So because of Earth's rotation only, what you see? You see day and night. Yes. So what will happen? Let's say this is the Earth, this is the Earth, this is the Sun. Now this part of the Earth is what is in front of the Sun. This part is not in the front of the Sun. So this part will have a day, this part will have a night. Because this part is facing the Sun, this part is not facing the Sun. When Earth rotate, then what will happen? Now this part is facing the Sun, the other part is not facing the Sun. So this is called as a day and night. So why the Earth is constantly rotating on its axis? Of nothing but what? Because of no friction that is there, and that's why any object in the space is going to nothing but what? Going to nothing but rotate. Let's say this nebula is there in the space. Now this nebula is rotating now. When nebula rotates, what will happen? When nebula rotates, what will happen? Particles will collide. Anything? Where? Fine. You have studied about something called centripetal force. What is centripetal force? What is this force, centripetal force? When there is a circular motion, always there is a force that is acting towards what? Acting towards the center of the Earth. And that is called as what? That is called as a centripetal force. So if nebula is something that is moving, then what will happen? A force is acting towards the center, which is called as what? Which is called as a centripetal force. Because of the centripetal force, what will happen? Because of centripetal force, what will happen? The heavier gases are going to come near to the center. So you'll find all these heavier gases. So you'll find all this heavier part coming towards something but center, and you'll find all these lighter gases, they are outside. They are outside. Clear? So there is what? Heavier part will come towards the center, while the lighter part will move away towards center. Why this will happen? Why heavier part will come towards center, while lighter part will go away? Why this will happen? Okay. Anyone else?
Due to the force.
Which force? How the centripetal force is pulling the heavier part and not pulling the lighter part? Higher.
Higher lower.
Fine.
So is this because of larger space they occupy and parts?
See, let's say you are you are taking just take a stone, tie it with a thread and rotate. Take a small stone, tie it with the thread and rotate. What will happen? Can you rotate it? Try a bigger thing with the thread and try to rotate. What will happen? Is it easier to rotate? No. So what will happen is the heavier part is going to come more towards center because of centripetal force. Centripetal force pulls heavier part more towards something but center, while the lighter parts are something that are ejected. Lighter parts are something that are ejected. Clear? For example, in older houses, you used to have the floor machines like this. So people used to nothing but in movies and etc. you have seen people used to nothing but do it hand. They used to find the the wheat by the hands itself. There, so always the bigger part you'll find in the center, while the lighter part, the floor part, used to be on the side that is on ground. So this is due to nothing but what this is due to which force? This is due to the centripetal force. So when nebular hypothesis is saying that when this nebula is something that is rotating, when it is rotating, what will happen? All heavier part is accumulated where? Near the center, and the lighter part are something that are moving away. Clear? Any doubt regarding that? Along with that, whenever any object is in circular motion, you experience centripetal force. You also experience one more force. Which is the force? Which is the other force that you experience? This is referred as which force? Centrifugal force. What is the centrifugal force? So like centripetal force is acting towards the center, centrifugal force is acting outward. It is acting outward. Clear? So let's say one is trying to pull over here, one is trying to pull away. That's why the object will move where? Object will move here. So centripetal force is trying to pull it over here. Centrifugal force is trying to take it away. As a result, the object will move in a circular manner. So without these forces, you don't see object moving in what? Object moving in a circular manner. So object will move only in a circular manner when you have these forces acting, centripetal force and centrifugal force. Now this centrifugal force is trying to take things outward. Clear? Centripetal force is trying to bring things inward, while centrifugal is trying to take it outward. That is there. Clear? So all the lighter element has moved outward, while the heavier element has come inside. This heavier element has led to the formation of whom? This heavier element has led to the formation of sun, while the lighter element that has moved out has led to what? Has led to the formation of what we call as a planet. So outer the lighter element that has moved out has led to the formation of whom? Has led to the formation of planets, while the heavier element that is what? That is there. This has formed what? This has formed the sun. Clear? Any doubt regarding this particular thing? So this is what nebular hypothesis is talking about. Clear? Now another important part that you have to keep in mind is the 99% mass of our solar system. 99% of the mass of our solar system is due to what? Is due to the sun. Clear? So whatever Jupiter, Saturn, Earth, Mercury, Venus has a mass, this constitute only 1% mass of what? Our solar system. 99% of mass of our solar system is coming from where? Coming from the sun. Means all the heavier element is where? With the sun. All the lighter elements are where? Away in the form of planets. That is there. Clear? So this is what nebular hypothesis is saying. Nebular hypothesis says that because of what? Because of nothing but formation of nebula. Nebula is nothing but cloud of dust and gases. How this nebula is formed? How this nebula is formed? Not explained. Because this is a hypothesis, assumption. So we are not saying it is a theory. So they have not explained how this nebula is going to be formed. They said nebula is what? Nebula is nothing but cloud of dust and gases. And because of this cloud of dust and gases, these are rotating in the space. Why? Because any object will rotate in the space due to absence of friction. So they will rotate, they will revolve. And when they are rotating, when they are revolving, what is happening? The heavier element are coming in the center, while the lighter element are going away. This is happening due to centripetal and centrifugal forces and etc. And this led to formation of sun as well as nothing but other planet. So this is what we call as a our first hypothesis, which is called as a nebular hypothesis. Okay, so who has provided this nebular hypothesis? Yes, Laplace as well as nothing but okay, Kant. Clear? So Laplace first okay provided it, and then okay what will happen? Kant modified it. So that's why it is okay what we call as a nebular hypothesis. This yeah.
All the nebulous features made nebula or
No, nebula is basically cloud of what? Cloud of dust and gases. So all the okay, we discussed nebula is what? Nebula is cloud of dust and gases. Okay, these dust and gases are rotating. Now gases can be what? Hydrogen, helium. Okay, these are what gases. So what will happen? These gases, if they are heavier, they will come towards what? Towards the center. Like okay, in the sun, what is happening? We discussed sun has its own. Sun is a star having its own light. How it is having its own light? By fusion process. Okay, so in sun what is happening? Fusion process is taking place, nuclear fusion, where hydrogen is combining to form what? Helium. Okay, hydrogen is combining to form helium, and this fusion process release lot of what? Lot of energy, and this energy is what being radiated by the sun. So that is what happens currently in case of nothing but okay, sun. Constant fusion is taking place where hydrogen. So the gases which are okay what? Which are the heavier one coming towards nothing but okay what? Coming towards the center. Now the sun is having all these gases together, and lighter elements are something that are ejected, and these lighter element led to the formation of this lighter element led to the formation of other planet, this which lead to nothing but okay, formation of solar system. Clear? Any doubt? So this part is called as a nebular hypothesis. Clear? The second theory that you are finding is what? The second theory that you are finding is the planetesimal theory. What is this theory? Planetesimal hypothesis. This is okay, the second type of theory. Now this saying that this is all these sun formation, all this planet formation is happening because of what? It is happening because of two things, not one thing. Dualistic theory. So we discussed it is happening due to what? Two things. So it's saying that let's say there is a sun, there's a sun, and assume there is a bigger star, okay, bigger star than the sun. Assume there is a bigger star than the sun. Now this star is something that is passing. This star is passing near to the sun. What will happen? What will happen if this star pass near to the sun? What will happen then? Because this star is bigger in nature, as we discussed, it will have what? It will have more gravity. This star is bigger in nature, and that's why it will have okay what? It will have more gravity. More gravity means what? It will try to pull out material. It will try to pull out material from what? From the sun towards it. It will try to pull out material from the sun towards it. Clear? What happens in case of okay what? In case of gravitational force, you try to attract things. Like let's say I'm throwing this, what will happen? It will come down. Why? Because of attraction, gravitational attraction. So gravity is going to trying to what? Trying to attract things together, trying to bring things together. So when this star, which is a bigger star, passing through the sun, passing near to the sun, what will happen? From the sun, it is going to pull out material because it has a higher gravity. Sun is also having gravity. Sun will try to pull things over here, while this will try to pull things over here. But which is more stronger gravity? Stronger gravity is because of this, because it has a more mass. So it will have a more stronger gravity. So more stronger gravity, as a result, material is being pulled out, like tug of war. You'll see, okay, what will happen? One side is pulling this side, one side is pulling this side. Ultimately, what will happen? We'll see one side, okay, being pulled out. Why? Because more force is okay towards here. So gravitational, because of the gravitational pull, material will nothing but okay starts to come out, okay, from this particular thing. But this star, which is a bigger star, is passing. It is okay what? It is moving from here to nothing but okay here. It is moving away. That is okay there. When it is moving away, it has okay what? When it has come closer to the earth, when it has come closer to the sun, it has pulled out material from the sun, and this ejected material has led to formation of planets. So this ejected material which has come out from the sun has led to nothing but okay formation of what? Formation of nothing but okay planets. So planets are nothing but okay, they have come out from where? They have come out from nothing but okay the sun itself. Why they have come out from the sun? Why they have come out from the sun? Because of the passing of what? Passing of nothing but okay bigger star. And this theory is called as what? This theory is called as a planetesimal theory. Planetesimal means what? This term means what? Layer by layer. Okay, so there is a layer by layer formation. Okay, so one material comes out, another material comes out, another material comes out. This has led to formation of things layer by layer. So this is what we call as a planetesimal theory. Clear? Any doubt? So this hypothesis says that not one, rather two star. Nebular hypothesis only talks about one star, that this cloud of dust and gases is rotating, because of which what is happening? Because of which what is happening? The bigger material or heavier material are coming at the center, while the lighter material are ejected out, and this led to formation of sun and formation of nothing but okay other planet. But here it is talking about two things. Already sun is there, another okay bigger star is passing through it. When another bigger star is passing through it, what will happen? It will pull out the material from the sun, and this ejected material is going to form what? This ejected material is going to form planets. Clear? Any doubt regarding this part? So this is what we called as a planetesimal hypothesis. Clear? The third thing that you find is the tidal hypothesis. Tidal hypothesis. So again, the tidal hypothesis is okay. What? Tidal hypothesis is a refined form. Okay, same concept only, but a refined form. Clear? For example, let's say this is okay. What? This is nothing but okay the sun. And this is okay other star which is okay passing from the sun, that is okay there. Now what will happen? As we discussed, this is trying to attract gravitational pull, this is trying to attract gravitational pull, because of which what is generated? Tides are generated. Because of which what is generated? Tides are generated. Clear? For example, on the earth you'll find what? You'll find mountains. You'll find mountains on the earth. You'll find what? Plateaus on the earth. Then you'll also find what? You'll also find what? You'll also find water on the earth. Okay, so you'll find water also on the earth. Okay, that is okay there. Clear? Now you know that moon revolves around whom? Moon revolves around the earth. Clear? Now moons has a gravity. When moons has a gravity. Moon is trying to attract things over here. Earth is trying to attract things over here. The earth also has a gravity, moon also has a gravity. What will happen because of this gravity? Tides will be formed. So you'll see water level will rise because okay moon is trying to attract. Then okay, because okay of Earth's gravity, it is again trying to attract it towards the earth, it will fall, then again rise, again fall. So that is going to happen. This is okay what we call as a tides. So tides are being formed due to what? Due to gravitational attraction. Clear? Here also what will happen? Because of gravitational attraction, okay, certain materials will come out. Because of what? Because of generation of tides. Okay, high things, okay, high tides, okay, is going to form, materials are going to come out, and this leads to formation of what? This leads to formation of what we call as a planet. Okay, this leads to formation of what we call as a planet. Clear? Any doubt regarding this particular thing? So this type of hypothesis is called as what? Tidal hypothesis. Clear? Any doubt regarding this one? The third type of thing that you have to keep in mind is what? The thing is binary star hypothesis. Binary means what? Two. So binary means two. So again, one star, another star. Okay, so this is sun, this is another star which is passing through. When another star will pass out, okay, what will happen? They will try to pull out material because of gravitational attraction, which led to what? Which leads to formation of planet. This type of hypothesis is called binary star hypothesis. Clear? So these are different type of hypothesis that is okay there with regard to what? With regard to nothing but okay how solar system has formed, how planets are being formed. Clear? But none of these hypotheses has what? Proven. Okay, none of these hypotheses have been proven. As we discussed, okay, currently the accepted theory is what? Big Bang theory. Okay, currently the accepted theory is a Big Bang theory because none of these hypotheses are being proven. So it is a Big Bang theory that has explained correctly the formation of universe. Clear? So some of the terms that you have to keep in mind is what? some of the terms that you have to keep in mind with regard to Big Bang theory is singularity, differentiation, cohesion, accretion. So these are okay certain terms that you have to keep in mind. Even event horizon, these are the terms okay you have to keep in mind with regard to the Big Bang theory. Clear? And again we discuss this is a theory. So what is a proof we have regarding this theory? Because we are saying that theory means it will have certain evidences. What are the evidences we have? One evidences we have is a cosmic microwave background. And the second concept we have is a redshift and blue shift, other redshift phenomena that you have to keep in mind. So there are two terms, redshift and blue shift. So these are okay evidences which are proving the Big Bang theory. These are the evidences that are proving the Big Bang theory. So what Big Bang theory says that initially the universe was what? Universe was concentrated in a single point. Universe is concentrated in what? Single point. After that explosion had happened. Because of this explosion, you see nothing but okay creation of what? Creation of nothing but okay bigger thing that is okay there. Clear? So initially how the universe was started? It was started from a single point. Then explosion had happened. With this explosion, you see nothing but okay what? You see nothing but okay creation of different type of comets, asteroids, okay, planets, stars. You will see creation of all those particular things. And this explosion has happened somewhere around what? Somewhere around 13.8 billion years ago. So age of universe is somewhere around 13.8 billion years ago or 14 billion years ago. On an average, roughly we take around 14 billion years ago. So this is okay the age of universe. Okay, this explosion had happened at that point of time. So what is the singularity? Singularity is nothing but okay what? Singularity is nothing but okay the single point. Singularity means what? Single. Clear? So initially we discussed okay the universe is what? Universe was nothing but okay single point, and this single point is referred as what? This single point is referred as a singularity. Clear? Any doubt regarding this particular thing? So if you see so this is okay your 2017 prelims paper. (44) question number. It is A. Yes. Okay. It deals with nothing but okay observation and understanding of universe. So just now we discussed singularity. Singularity means what? the universe, okay, originated from a single point, okay, which is Big Bang theory is talking about. So all these terms, event horizon, singularity, string theory, these are used in context of nothing but, okay, Big Bang theory, that is okay there. So what you see is, okay, it deals with the observation and understanding of universe. So this type of questions can be found in the examination regarding universe. Okay, so already this question has been asked regarding the term singularity. Clear? So this is what you have to keep in mind, that universe initially was what? Universe initially was a single point. Singularity was there. From where what had happened? Explosion had happened, and because of this explosion, you see nothing but, okay, what? You see different materials are something that are being formed. Okay, clear? Now clear? So we are discussing about this evidences, that is blue shift and red shift, as well as cosmic microwave background. These are the evidences that we are getting regarding Big Bang theory. And another term that we have written is after singularity is the differentiation. What is differentiation? Differentiation means separation. So separation means what? Differentiation. Clear? So just now we discussed, when things are rotating, what is happening? The heavier elements are where? Coming towards center. Lighter elements are what? Moving away. So what is happening? This is causing differentiation of, okay, material. The heavier material are coming towards center, while the lighter material are moving away. So this is causing nothing but, okay, differentiation to also occur. Clear? Because if we discuss, everything in the universe is going to what? Everything in the universe is going to rotate. It is going to revolve because of vacuum, because of absence of friction. So when this are rotating, it is causing nothing but, okay, differentiation also in case of space. Clear? Any doubt regarding this one? Now, how we are seeing that, okay, Big Bang theory is correct? Because one thing, as one evidence we have written, is a blue shift and a red shift. Now what this blue shift and a red shift means? So you have studied about something called Vibgyor, no? What is Vibgyor? Violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, and red. Clear? Now these are, okay, what we call as a visible light. These are called as a visible light, or visible light of electromagnetic spectrum. Clear? So there is something called electromagnetic spectrum, which consists of whom? Which consists of your gamma rays, X-rays, ultraviolet rays, visible, infrared, microwave, and radio waves. So these are, okay, what? These are constituting your what? These are constituting your electromagnetic spectrum. Clear? So this visible light is, okay, of 7 type, which we called it as what? Vibgyor: violet, indigo, blue, red. Clear? Out of these radiation, which have, okay, longer wavelength, these are waves, electromagnetic waves. So waves will have a wavelength, and waves will have a frequency. What is frequency and what is wavelength? What is the frequency and what is wavelength? Basically, any, okay, what? Any nothing but, okay, waves. How much distance it is traveling during one cycle is called as what? Is called as a wavelength. Clear? So this, how much distance it is covering in one cycle, this wave is covering, this is called as a wavelength. Clear? If, let's say, if it is covering this much, then, okay, what will happen? Lesser wavelength. If it is covering more, then it is called as a higher wavelength. Clear? Then you also talks about frequency. What is frequency? how much cycle it is repeating in a particular time. Let's say within this time it is covering one high, one low, one high, one low, one high, one low. So 3 cycle it is completing within nothing but okay what, within the this much time. Or this can calculate, this can cover only one cycle within what, within nothing but okay this much time. Clear? So if it is covering more cycle, then okay, what will happen? More frequency. It is covering less cycle means what? Less frequency. That is okay there. So frequency is there and the term is a wavelength. Okay, clear the term? What is wavelength? What is frequency? Wavelength is how much distance you are traveling, okay, in one cycle, and frequency is okay what, how much cycle you are covering within a specific time. That is called as nothing but okay frequency. Clear? So out of these, which have a higher wavelength, which have a higher frequency? You'll see gamma rays having highest frequency. It is having highest frequency, while you'll see radio waves will have a least frequency. So frequency increases from here to here. Radio wave will have least frequency, then microwave will greater than radio wave, infra will have greater than this, so visible will have greater than this. So frequency increases like this. Clear? And wavelength increases oppositely. Wavelength increases like this. Radio wave will have maximum wavelength, while gamma rays will have nothing but okay least wavelength. Clear? Any doubt regarding this one? So gamma rays have maximum frequency, while radio waves have what? Radio waves have nothing but okay least. Clear? Radio waves will have a least frequency, while radio waves have maximum wavelength, while gamma rays will have what? Least wavelength. Because okay, we discussed wavelength is what, how much distance you are traveling. Okay, so okay, the radio waves can travel to a, in one cycle they can travel to a longer distance. Gamma rays, they will okay cover only a short distance within nothing but okay one cycle. That is okay there. Clear? So that's why gamma rays will have maximum frequency, while radio wave will have what? Where radio wave will have a least frequency. That's why when you are using mobile signal or other signal, which wave you are using? Radio waves, because mobile signal has to travel to a longer distance. Okay, which have a larger wavelength. Radio waves has a larger wavelength. That is okay there. Clear? Now energy of a wave depends upon what? Energy of a wave depends upon frequency. Energy of a wave depends upon what? Frequency. Okay, this formula E is equals to HF. Okay, H is called as a Planck's constant. Okay, so this is okay what you have studied in 11th 12th. Okay, the physics. Not okay, if you're not remembering, no need to remember, just I'm explaining this. Okay, remember this particular part. Energy is dependent on what? Energy dependent on frequency. So more frequency means what? More energy. Okay, so more frequency means more energy. That's why gamma rays will have what? More energy. That's why gamma rays is being used for what? For okay cancer treatment and other treatment. Radiations, okay, you use okay in cancer treatment to kill the cancerous cell, you need okay what? You need radiation, chemotherapy, other radiation therapy, you go for that. So okay, which rays are being used over there? Gamma rays. Okay, why? Because it has a higher energy, it can penetrate inside your body, can nothing but okay what, can kill the cancerous cell. Okay, when you have a breakdown in bones and etc., which rays you are using? X-ray. X-ray, you go for X-ray report and etc. Why? Because X-rays can penetrate. These have a higher frequency, they have higher energy, they can penetrate inside your body, can give you internal body pictures and etc., whether breakage has happened and etc. or not. Clear? So this is okay what you have to keep in mind with regard to okay the wavelength as well as nothing but okay frequency part. Clear? Now out of this visible light, because we discussed this is where visible light, out of this visible light, which have a higher wavelength, which have a lower wavelength? Out of this visible light, red has a highest wavelength. Red has a highest wavelength. Blue has what? Blue has a violet has a least wavelength. So violet will have more frequency. They will have more frequency. Red will have a lesser frequency. Clear? That's why you see all your traffic signals are red. Why it is red? Because it can travel to a longer distance. Even if you are okay what, even if you are a distance, you can see nothing but okay that red light is something that is okay there, because it has a longer wavelength. Okay, that's why any danger sign, other sign are okay written in what? Written in a red cross, okay, mark and other marks you find in a red color. Why? Okay, because of nothing but okay what? Because longer wavelength. Clear? So this R is okay having nothing but okay highest wavelength. Clear? Clear this point? Up to this point, any doubt? Now comes to this phenomena, blue shift and red shift phenomena. Clear? So what this blue shift and what this red shift is, okay? So I'm explaining all this background to explain what is blue shift and what is red shift. So assume that there's, okay, what? There is a train and you are the observer. You are the observer. Now train is coming this side, you are moving this side. What will happen to the frequency or sound of the train? What will happen to the sound of the train or frequency? Because sound means what? Sound wave. Sound is also a wave. Wave means what? It will have certain frequency. So what will happen to this frequency? So when object and as well as, okay, what? When object as well as, okay, this, as we could say, object means source. Source of the sound is train. Observer is what? Us. Okay, we are observing the train. So when they are moving in, okay, what? When they are moving like this, then frequency get added up. Frequency get added up. Whatever the frequency this is emitting, whatever the frequency observer is emitting, this frequency will get added up. Clear? But when they are moving away, then what will happen? When they are moving away, then what will happen? You'll see frequency will be subtracted. Okay, frequency will be nothing but, okay, subtracted. So that's why when you are moving away, sound of or horn of a train, what will happen? It will rapidly decrease. When you are coming to the train, towards the train, the sound of the train will what? We'll see more sound when you are coming towards nothing but, okay, what? Towards the train. This effect is called as what? This effect is called as a Doppler's effect. So you have studied about this rule, okay, something called Doppler's effect. Doppler's effect means what? Doppler's effect says apparent frequency. What is apparent frequency? This is apparent frequency. Apparent frequency can be higher or can be lesser. Okay, so in this case it will be higher. In this case it will be nothing but, okay, lesser than the actual frequency. Clear? Because, okay, observer as well as, okay, what? As well as source. Their, okay, what? Their frequency will get added up. Okay, observer and source, their frequency will get added up or subtracted up. So that's why apparent frequency will be what? Greater than, if it is added up, then apparent frequency is greater than what? Greater than nothing but, okay, the observed frequency. In this case, apparent frequency is less than nothing but, okay, observed frequency. So this is what, okay, you are finding with regard to Doppler's rule. Clear? Now assume, now we are saying that universe is, okay, what? Universe is created because of explosion. Now because of explosion, what is happening? Now particles are moving away. When particles are moving away, what will happen? Let's say you are observing from the earth. Now, okay, let's say any stars is moving away from our solar system. What will happen? What will happen? So as we discussed, our frequency and that frequency, if it is moving away, then what will happen? Will get subtracted. Will get subtracted means what? Frequency will decrease. Okay, when frequency will decrease, what you will observe? You'll observe a red shift. Okay, because red shift means what? Higher wavelength, lesser frequency. Okay, so what you will observe is a red shift. Okay, so you'll observe a red shift. Okay, when they will come together, then what will happen? When they will come together, then what will happen? Then you will see frequency get added up. When frequency get added up, okay, then you should, okay, see which one? You should see nothing but, okay, this one, okay, violet. But okay, generally we don't see violet color. Our sky also appears in blue color. Why it appears in blue color? Because blue color is scattered more. Okay, so that's why we see which shift? Blue shift, not red shift. Rather we shift, okay, see which type of shift? Blue shift, because of scattering of blue color. That is okay there. Clear? So when things are coming together, frequency will get added up. When frequency will get added up, okay, you'll see nothing but, okay, a blue shift. When things are moving away, then what will happen? Frequency gets subtracted. You are going to see type of shift? Red shift, because red shift means lesser frequency, blue shift means higher frequency. That is okay there. Clear? So this evidences we are seeing. Okay, so that's why we, if you read Big Bang Theory, it's saying that universe is expanding in nature. How do we say that universe is expanding? Because we are observing which phenomena? We are observing the red shift phenomena. So universe is something that is expanding in nature. Okay, universe is expanding in nature. We are observing which phenomena? Red shift phenomena, because of, okay, expansion of universe. So this is what Big Bang Theory. So that's why we call it as a theory, because now we have evidences regarding this red shift as well as nothing but, okay, blue shift. Clear? Any doubt regarding this particular thing? Now secondly, let's say if any, okay, rocket and etc. go into the space, if, okay, how the space looks like. From here you see blue color, but once you go into the space, what will happen? Okay, all black. Why all black? Why all black? Because there is no atmosphere. This scattering of blue color is occurring because of what? because of Earth's atmosphere. Whatever the sun's radiation is coming, okay, the sun's radiation is scattered, and as a result, okay, what you see is, okay, sky is appearing blue color. If Earth do not have any atmosphere, then what will happen? You don't see a blue color of sky. So that's why when you go outside of, okay, Earth, you will see everything black. Okay, space is, okay, black color. Why? Because there's no scattering, no other thing taking place over there. Clear? Any doubt regarding this one? So that's why when you try to observe through telescope, what will happen? You'll not see, because black things are there, no? Black in between two bodies, celestial bodies, you'll see black color space, because, okay, something, there is no atmosphere, there's no scattering taking place, so you'll observe things in a black color. Clear? So that's why they are not giving any result in black, okay, this light, visible light, because everything is black. Clear? So we try to observe things in which radiation? Microwave radiation. Then, okay, you see a certain glow. Then you see a certain glow in case of nothing but, okay, what? Space. So let's say this is one star, this is another star. In space between two star, this is space between two star, will have a slight glow in microwave radiation, and that's what we call as a cosmic microwave background. That is called as a cosmic microwave background. Clear? Any doubt regarding this particular thing? So normally the space between two bodies, celestial bodies, are generally black. Why it is generally black? Because no scattering, no atmosphere is there, so it is generally black. So it is not visible. It is not visible. Black is something that you see, it is not visible. Clear? So that's why what happens is, okay, what you try to observe thing in a microwave radiation. When you observe thing in a microwave radiation, you'll see that this space is, okay, what? This space is having slight glow, and this is what we call as a cosmic microwave background. So the more glow is there, going to indicate what? That universe is expanding in nature, because, okay, if the object are moving far, you'll see more glow. If your object are nearer, you'll see nothing but, okay, lesser glow. Clear? So this is what we call as a cosmic microwave background. Clear? Any doubt regarding this particular thing? So these are the evidences that are proving our Big Bang theory. Clear? Any doubt regarding this part? So blue shift and red shift and cosmic microwave background, these evidences are proving currently that Big Bang theory is what? Big Bang theory is a right theory. What Big Bang theory says that initially singularity was there. Everything was what? Everything was point mass. Later on, what had happened? You see nothing but, okay, explosion had happened, and because of this explosion, now universe is, okay, what? Universe is expanding in nature. Clear? So how this process of Big Bang explosion has happened, we'll start that in the next class. Okay, any doubt regarding this particular thing? So what we try to cover today is what? The basic part, orientation part, what you have to study in case of geography. So as we discussed, we divided geography into two parts, physical and human part. Remember, sources 11th will be your primary source. Rest NCRT, I have told you chapters how we are going to cover, and you can cover the NCRT based on those particular topics. And lastly, okay, we started with the concept of universe. We discussed, okay, there are two theories. One is called as a monistic, another is called as a dualistic hypothesis, okay, which being given. Monistic is nebular hypothesis. Everything evolved from a single nebula. Dualistic, we discussed, two are required, whether it is planetesimal, whether it is, okay, the binary star, whether it is nothing but, okay, what? Whether it is tidal hypothesis. Two things are required, two stars are required. And lastly, we discussed currently the most accepted one is a Big Bang theory. As we discussed, questions has been asked regarding singularity, Big Bang concept, so you keep that in mind. Clear? Anybody having any doubt? Thank you for today.
Yeah, same like